Lake Forest turns 25 this year, and it has never looked better. Only a quarter century old, Lake Forest has lived by its motto, "Remember the past, challenge the future." While cherishing the city's rich history and community heritage, we've taken great strides to make Lake Forest what it is today, a city filled with community pride and heart. Formerly known as El Toro, where the bulls once roamed and the Santa Fe Railroad once crossed, Lake Forest has faced and embraced the many challenges in its 25-year history. We have experienced historical events that have become part of the city's history. We have seen the transformation from an agricultural-like town to a thriving and sustainable city we now call Lake Forest. El Toro was formed in 1863, where cattle and ranches occupied the land during the days of Don Jose Serrano. In the late 1800s, the concept of a town began to appear as the first El Toro Grammar School was constructed on the corner of First Street, now Front Street, and Olive Avenue. This became more evident when local landowner Dwight Whiting encouraged further development of El Toro by bringing the railroad through, in addition to planting some 400 acres of eucalyptus trees, which remains a signature image of today's Lake Forest. In the early 1900s, El Toro continued to grow with the development of a train station, local businesses setting shop, and a second schoolhouse where Ganal Lumber and Quakes Baseball Academy now stand. Fast forward to the city's incorporation in 1991. The city of Lake Forest expanded its limits to include the communities of Foothill Ranch and Portola Hills. A large part of the 20th and 21st centuries were a time of continued growth and prosperity in Lake Forest. Who can forget about the revitalization of El Toro Road, a collaborative project between the city and local stores that brought business and appeal to a busy commercial corridor. Furthermore, etched in the minds of many Lake Forest residents was the decommissioning of the El Toro Marine Corps Air Station, which paved the road for new neighborhoods, new commercial centers, and new public facilities. Most notably, an 86-acre sports park and recreation center opened its doors in November 2014, marking it as one of the largest capital projects in the city's history. Our next investment is a future Lake Forest Civic Center, dubbed the city's 100-year home, expected to break ground in early 2017. This project will also bring a new community center, senior center, and a performing arts venue to the community. This is only a part of the full story of Lake Forest. We have accomplished remarkable things pre- and post-incorporation, with a part of Lake Forest's history preserved at Heritage Hill Historical Park. In the past several decades, we brought new parks and amenities, increased recreation programs and activities, found better ways to connect and communicate with our residents, improved our streets, and so much more. New residents are drawn to Lake Forest, and families choose to stay here because of our diverse neighborhoods, the natural environment, the selection of restaurants and retail stores, access to major transportation centers, and the vitality of the community. We take on the challenges of the future so we can continue to make Lake Forest a great place to be for generations to come. Happy 25th anniversary, Lake Forest.